Hey, Sine.
Well, hello, Kiara.
We're two best friends, winding down while whining about life.
From navigating the complexities of relationships to sharing hilarious stories and profound life lessons.
So pour yourself a glass
Kick back
and enjoy the laughs.
as we uncork the nuances of life.
One sip at a time.
No filters.
Just friends.
And a lot of fun.
Please drink responsibly. Hello, Sine.
Hey, Kiara.
We just listened to our intro, so it was
Because we haven't done this in a very long time.
months. It's been months.
Oh.
Has it been? No, January was
It's
the
been
last
a
one.
month.
It's been a
because
month.
We release, so if you didn't know, we release an episode each month. So if you were like, where are these people? It's because we've already released one in January. It was just very early January. Because
And
of,
January is like 5 months long.
actually it was 10 months. Get your facts straight.
Sorry.
And now we're doing our next one. Woohoo!
Which is exciting.
So, because we started this in the holiday and we had amples of time, we realize now, trying to find a time to shoot the next episode, when are we going to do this?
Just every night there's something, man.
Yeah.
Every weekend.
There's nothing. There was no, so we finally found the time and it's evening.
Which works well.
Yeah, so if you feel like the ambiance is a bit different, it's because it's nighttime. Also, we have not seen each other in quite a while.
It's been, well, we've seen each other, but we haven't chatted
Yeah.
in forever.
And so we pre-gamed.
Yeah, you might notice there's already wine in the glasses.
Yeah. But Kiara, what wine are we drinking?
Oh, we are drinking a lovely Cabernet Sauvignon. I have no idea where it's from.
KVF.
I
I
love
got
it.
you, girl.
It's so good.
It's really
I
good.
love a Cabernet Sauvignon is my absolute favorite wine. It's one of like the more pricey wines you get on the list, but it's so worth it. Oh, it's worth it because I'm one of those people. I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to nice things like wine and
Rather
coffee.
spend that extra 10 rand.
I'd rather push up that price because a cheap Cabernet Sauvignon does not taste good.
No.
It's not like you can taste the difference. Where I feel like you can get away with like a cheap Merlot or a cheap Shiraz.
So even, yeah.
So, and a white wine, I don't like white wine, so they all taste the same to me.
That's where we differ. But in any case, so we are ready for action. And we're excited for this episode because we're talking about
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, the day of love.
And capitalism.
Well, there's a reason why we talk about it on our whining podcast. So thank you for putting it out there for us, Kiara.
It's a lot to whine about.
But let's start with, this is definitely my favorite segment, is the memes.
The memes.
Memes. And yeah, I'm going to share my first one. And this is for me specifically because I do not necessarily I have Valentine's Day plans, but it's not with a person.
Galentine's Day plans.
It's Galentine's Day.
I never
So,
get invited anymore.
you were never invited because you were always, since we started Galentine's, you were in a,
I was invited once when Yaku wasn't here.
and then you were uninvited.
Yeah, it felt great.
We uninvited her. But in any case, this is my first one. It says, I can't wait for the day after Valentine's Day because chocolate goes on sale and that's the kind of positivity I need in my life right now.
Come on now.
Amen.
The chocolates taste bad though.
I know.
Except the lint.
Oh, yeah,
Those
yeah,
lint
yeah.
boxes are cheaper, hey?
Really? After Valentine's Day?
After. I feel like they push up the prices during.
100%.
It's intense.
It's crazy. But then afterwards, chocolates for days.
Come on now.
I mean, I've still seen some Christmas chocolates in store.
You know those Christmas
Santa
men
Clauses.
that's like, it's like a whole chocolate thing and it's
Yeah.
like a Santa Claus.
It's like 10
and
rand.
it's like tin foil.
Yeah.
I saw
And it's
it,
like 10 right now, but it was during Christmas like $50. What the heck?
and it's not even good chocolate.
No, it isn't.
I saw at Checkers, I walked past the other day, and I feel like they just make the table smaller every week. And it was like this teeny tiny little round table of Christmas chocolates. But like one of the Christmas fathers or Santa Claus that was like this big, it was like 5 rand, 5.99. And I was so tempted
But also
by it.
then you ask yourself,
It's expired, babes.
100%.
She's been expired. Because
Please
those
just throw it
chocolates have been
away.
made
I don't
like
know.
last year, Jan.
Just give it away after Christmas.
Go give it to kids who didn't get chockies.
100%.
You're not
Come
going to
on,
make
bro.
money off of it anymore.
No. But what's your next one?
I don't have memes.
Kiara, you had one job.
My whole Instagram feed at this point is just wedding stuff. And I was told I'm not allowed to talk about the wedding.
No,
because
she's
it's
not allowed
next
because,
podcast.
Yeah, our next podcast, because Kiara's getting married in less than 2 months. So our next podcast will be just us whining about wedding plans, because I think when that podcast is being released, it will be like a week or so before your wedding.
Oh, my soul.
Maybe.
Don't remind me.
Yeah.
So much of that stuff. But anyway,
But tell us, what did you
I
find
got,
though?
I already got a man. Don't ask me how. It happened. But I got pickup lines, cringy pickup lines. Because
Tell us.
I love a cringy pickup
Oh,
line.
there's nothing
A
better.
cringy pickup line used, like, ironically. Oh, it's brilliant.
Tell us your first one. Are you
I've
ready there?
got to find.
Again, you had one job. Can I read my next one?
Yes, you can read your next. There's like 20.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
going to speed run them. So read your memes and then I'll speed run my
I have
pickup lines.
two more. And so this is a picture of Nacho Libre, which is such a funny movie. Please go watch it. And it says, this is essentially how it looks watching Christians trying to flirt. And then it's the lady saying, I like serving the Lord, hiking, playing volleyball. And then it's, what's his name?
Nacho.
Libre. Nacho! He says, sorry, I'm sick.
Oh, Fulgencio. Is it not Fulgencio?
No, isn't Valencia one of the other people? But that's not the point. So I like serving the Lord, hiking, playing blah blah blah. And then he says, "You gotta be kidding me! Everything you just said is my favorite thing to do every day." And that's literally Christians trying to flirt. So if you're out there and you're Christian, please listen to Gyara's pickup lines.
They're way better. So I'm going to speed run a few of these. I want our love to be like pie, irrational and never ending. Guess what I'm wearing?
That's not good. Okay, go. Quick.
Guess what I'm wearing? The smile you gave me.
Aw, that's actually so sweet.
They say not to judge a book by its cover, but I don't even know you and I'm checking you out.
Ooh,
That one's a bit more spicy.
damn.
This one is horrible. So my love for you is like diarrhea. I just can't hold it in.
No.
It's
Please
horrible.
don't tell that to any person, girl or boy. It's just don't do
If
that.
you make a video of you going up to a person that you fancy and you tell them
the
that
diarrhea joke or the
that
diarrhea.
diarrhea pickup line, I will buy you a coffee.
Let's do a challenge. Let's see if we have any listeners that actually listens to us. So me and Kiara, we would buy you something, but like something proper, right? If you record yourself going up to someone,
And it can't
In
be your
public?
husband or your boyfriend.
No,
That's
no.
cheating. Or
Should be a
girlfriend.
random person.
Or wife.
and saying that pickup line, and if you do, we will buy something.
You'll get a prize. Slide into our DMs.
You'll be our first guest on the podcast.
See my friend over there? He wants you to know I think I'm cute.
What? Say again?
You see my friend over there? He wants to know if you think I'm cute.
Oh, smooth.
Right?
Smooth.
Jaco has this really great pickup line.
Yeah.
He still does it. Like he did it like just when we started dating.
Does he still pick you up with it?
He still does it like often, especially if we're waiting somewhere for something. He'll tap me on the shoulder and he'll say, my friend over there thinks you're cute. And he'll point that way and he'll go stand there.
I've seen that one. It's so
It's
cute.
so gross and it's so cute. And I love it.
Aw.
Those are my pickup lines.
I love them. I've
There's
one more.
like 20 more, but I'll leave it at that.
I've one more, and this was so funny. Like, it's one of those where I think I was just tired, where I was lying in bed and I was reading it, and I literally laughed out loud. And it says, the guy says, "You look familiar. Have we met before?" And the girl says, "Maybe. Have you read Proverbs 31?"
Come on now.
I don't know, now it's not funny, but in the moment I'm like, this girl. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm okay. So yes, that is our pickup lines. I hope that you learned something, that you wrote it down, and that you are ready to pick someone up for Valentine's Day.
We wanted to be invited to the wedding.
Yes, please. We want commission as well because we helped you get the person. Use the diarrhea pickup line. You never know.
You never know.
But Kiara, what is your Valentine's Day plans?
It's super chill this year. I can't share too much because I don't know much.
Oh, is Yaku doing something?
Yaku's doing something. As always, come on, your girl hit the jackpot of jackpots. So, all I know is I'm getting a new lipstick and I'm getting my nails done. And we're going out.
Is he
going
to propose to you? Nowadays, if everyone does their nails, I'm like, is he gonna propose?
Is he gonna propose?
But I forgot you're already. You're already.
Yeah, but I'm not wearing my ring because I was working.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, no. That ring was not of the price tag that you can...
You like splash around in the pool with it.
Oh, we got to share our news. We've got news. We got to do a catch up because things have changed.
Yes.
I need a catch up of your life, Sine. Tell me, something very exciting happened this week, and I'm still waiting for a voice memo that I never got.
I especially left it so that we can talk about it today.
I need to know about this. You've been holding me, like every time I ask Shanae about it, she's like, no, I can't tell you.
And it is in line with Valentine's Day. So while we're shooting this podcast, it is Friday, and Valentine's Day is literally Wednesday. And the Wednesday that passed, I was brave. You know, people say, like, Shanae, have you lost hope on love? And I'm like, no, I put myself out there. And I went speed dating on Wednesday. Speed dating at West Cafe. It was really fun. I don't want to advertise it because it took me like 3 tries to actually get a spot. So I don't want to advertise it. It's terrible because I really want to go again.
It's but horrible. It sucks. Never go.
Spots. No. In any case, so I went with a friend, but it's so funny because she was like, we need to go. And then the Sunday before, like past Sunday, she messaged me. She's like, Shanae, when is speed dating again? Is it Wednesday? And I'm like, please don't pull out now. I need you. And then she literally said, well, I'm still going to come, but I met someone. I'm like, you're joking. That is bad luck for me. Like, how do you meet someone just before you go speed dating? Isn't speed dating the point? Like, the whole point of speed dating is to meet someone. But in any case, she was still such a champ. Really, really amazing friend that still went to speed dating with me. But in any case, my bad. How it works is we were 18 girls and 16 guys. So you get there and you sign in and you get like a list with everyone's names on and their ages. So it was a bit difficult because the age group was 21 up until 30. So for those who don't know and you see me on like Instagram and like YouTube, you would think that I'm 22, 23.
Definitely.
Thank you. I mean, I try my best. But I'm actually turning 29 in a few months.
Old lady, can you imagine?
So I'm already on the end of that age group. So most of the people there was one person that was older than me. Everyone was younger, not like my age. They were younger than me. So it was a bit difficult chatting to a bunch of, there was one 21 year, 22, 24, and so on and so forth. But it was still really fun. So all the girls sit at a table, and then there's an MC, and then you have 3 minutes. So the MC would say, okay, your question is, and they would ask things like, what is your most irrational fear? If you want to travel, where would you go? I really can't remember all the questions. And then you have 3 minutes to chat to the person opposite of you. Then if you like the guy, you have 3 options, three names that you can make a cross next to. And if you and that person makes a cross next to each other's names, then they will exchange your numbers.
Contact details.
Yeah. So I obviously went just saying like, I just want to get to know people, get to know myself, get out there. I wasn't planning on meeting someone. Firstly, when I got there, I ordered a cocktail because I'm like, I'm nervous. And I didn't know it was a 2-for-1 special. So firstly, I looked like an alcoholic sitting there with my 2 drinks.
Yes, I should have just brought one and then the next one.
I didn't know. So I ordered and all of a sudden they brought me the 2. I'm like, what? I only paid for one. This is not mine. Like, no, it's a special. I'm gonna be drunk. And I was a bit tipsy. It was a mojito, and they make it strong.
Your tequila, it can get you, hey?
Bro. But the guys there were some very interesting guys, and they were really fun guys. And actually, I want to tell you this one person, and I thought like, oh, he's like good looking, and we chatted, and like, he's good looking, but there's no substance necessarily. I really hope he doesn't hear this, but do you know what? You should hear this because this is ridiculous. So then he was sitting with a friend that I went with, and the question was irrational fears, like, what is your biggest fear? And he said the following. He said his biggest fear
To die a virgin.
No,
I've heard
it's
that.
worse. His biggest fear is Muslims with a suitcase. And I was shocked. And
I'm
I was
shocked.
thinking, if he would say that to me,
I would lean across the table and slap him across the face.
100%, how racist is that?
It's not even a funny racist. It's just racist.
No, you can't.
It's not
that's
like he was trying to
stereotyping.
making a joke. It was
No.
just in poor taste.
Oh my goodness. So that was, thank goodness, like I said, he didn't say that to me. But yeah, it was fun. But there was a guy that I eventually liked. So sad. So I don't know what our question was, but we didn't discuss our question at all. I was sitting in front of him, and I don't know how we got to talking about it, but he asked me in what church I am, and I said I'm in Every Nation. And he said, oh my goodness, that's a church with sound theology. And so I was like, you judge a church by sound theology?
This is a screen flag.
No, you have just ticked one of my boxes. So I asked
What
him-
church was he in?
Yeah, that's my biggest concern. But he's in 3CI,
Okay,
which
that's
is
good.
also
That's a decent
sound
church.
theology. Like I can get on board with that. And then he asked me, "Do you like hiking?" And
The dream.
bro, that is my favorite thing to do.
I
don't
love
do it often.
hiking and serving the Lord.
Yes, and not playing volleyball. That is actually not the one. I should change that one. But hiking is definitely in there. And he's like, he loves hiking. He already hiked Kilimanjaro. He's prepping to do Everest. He goes on hikes like all over. And I'm like, dude, the fact that you can do that shows me that you're good at planning.
Yes.
Clearly, there's finances.
Yeah. You made a plan.
You are adventurous. So my two biggest things on my there's a few. But my
I was
biggest
about to
things on my
say.
list- yeah,
There's not
there's a
two.
few, but there's two of my things that's very high. Like it's actually a non-negotiable. Is number one, the way that you serve Jesus, and the fact that you are in church, slotted in, and like you know even what's going on in other churches. It's a good sign. And secondly, you're an adventurer. That is big for me. And so I decided I'm going to put his name. But now, obviously, they will only give him my number if he also put my name. And clearly, or he's very shy, or he did not put my name. So,
His loss, honestly.
but that was my experience speed dating.
It's a lot
I
of
would
fun.
definitely do it again.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Sounds-
Not to meet someone. It was just
I mean,
so
I
nice getting
can't.
out there.
Maybe I'll go do it for fun. Because I'm definitely not going to meet someone.
You know who we need to mention is Petra.
I mean, she's like the honorary third guest on this
100%.
podcast.
So spoke to Petra about it, and she's like, she and Stefan really wanted to do it, so they're married, and they're like, just can we not have a speed dating for friends? So everyone cares with everyone. It's not like boys against girls. It's we just
you make a
meeting new
speed date,
people.
yeah.
No, I'm like, girl, let's do that.
You know, that'd be great because I have a hard time making new friends, man. It's hard.
It really is.
At my age, I didn't go to study. I went straight to work and then I went straight into ministry. So, like, I didn't study. So I don't have uni friends. And, like, most of my high school friends, I'm not friends with anymore. They moved away. Some of them I still see occasionally, but they're not close friends. And it's hard to make friends,
It
man.
really is. It really is.
Can we have speed dating for friends, please?
I will suggest that to Escafe. So
Do
if
it.
you ever see there's a speed dating for friends, you know it's because
Please DM
because
us.
of us. Yeah,
We wanna make
want
friends.
Commission.
I gotta say, like, making a connection from a friendship is way better.
It really is fun when you
I
click
mean-
with someone. You're like, oh my god, gosh, besties.
I wouldn't say I went from enemies to lovers, but it was like we didn't like each other to, let's be friends to, okay, cool, now we're getting married.
I
And
thought
I
you
think
were
it's-
talking about me.
No.
I was like, who are you talking about?
No, I'm
But
talking
you
about me
were-
and Jaco.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
So I think like it's a good place. Go to a friend speed dating. Maybe you find your husband.
You never know.
You
and some
never
friends. How cool would it be?
You get friends and a husband?
You get all your bridesmaids and your husband at one event.
Come on now.
Like rent a crowd, but not. Fun times.
Yes, it's... Listen, I know we got to say this thing, but I will say one thing since you brought up bridesmaids. I spoke to someone the other day that had 18 bridesmaids.
Oh my word.
I don't even have 18 women at my wedding. Like, it's crazy. I'm having a small wedding. But
Damn, son.
how do you have 18 bridesmaids? And it's not like she has like 4 or 5 sisters. She has a sister.
Damn.
That's crazy.
You're brave. And even like if
Who's
you
going to
would
be in the
come to me-
pews?
If you would come to me and say, Sine, would you be my bridesmaids? By the way,
There's
there's
17 others.
I would tell you in your face, no.
Thank you.
The admin to get 17, 18 girls to agree upon things. No, thank you.
See,
You're on your own.
I don't know the background of what you're doing, but there's only 3 other girls, and from my knowledge, they're all very chill people.
Yeah, they are, and I'm like the very dictator person.
Listen, this is what we're doing, and everyone's gonna listen to me. That's why you're the maid of honor. If I
Yes.
made anyone else the maid of honor, do you know how much like
There would be
friction
right,
there would
yep,
be?
there would have been, because probably if I think about the girls that you chose, they are very chilled, and I'm like, we need to make a decision now, and they will probably be like, no, it's chill. I'm like, no,
No,
you're the maid of honor. You need to make a decision now, and so I'm thankful. You've actually done me the greatest service.
I mean, that's not the only reason, but it was something I considered.
I'm like, what?
It's because of the vibes. It was actually funny. Me and Jaco were talking about like the bridal party. We'll talk about this the other time. But we were talking about like the vibes of the bridal party. And I'm like,
It's good vibes.
it's good vibes. But I'll
good
talk in
vibes.
more detail about that.
Yeah, let's pause. So, are you going to ask me about my Valentine's Day plans?
What are your Valentine's Day plans?
So, nothing really much. We're doing Galentine's, like you mentioned. And for all my single ladies out there, I would definitely suggest you do something with your girlfriends. Like, it is so much fun. Last year, we watched a movie, we ate snacks, or what did we eat? Pizza, I can't remember. And I think we ordered pizza all together. We watched a movie. Me and my one friend Anna, we painted everyone a Valentine's card and gave them a little hug in the mug.
Oh,
and
I
it was
remember.
really fun. It was really, really cool. But this year, me and Anna, we're in different life phases. So Anna's my life partner. In a non-sexual way. I feel like I just need to clarify.
Non-romantic.
Like, we are planning on moving in together, and we will open up our own bank, like a joint bank account.
Oh my goodness.
Joking, we're not. We will
Okay,
do
that was like a big step. It's going to be like my Tannies, that it's her friend who
And
stays with
then
her.
all of a sudden they're getting married.
Yeah, and then my
No,
Tannies
no.
are getting married.
No. We just realized, like, me and Anna, we're in the same phase of life, and we're enjoying each other. So let's just enjoy each other. Like, if no one wants to go hiking with me, you can ask Jaco. I can't. But now I can ask Anna because she's in that way
Yeah.
a friend to me. But in any case, so me and Anna, we're just in a different phase of life. So we're like, we don't want to manage people the whole time and like, come on guys, do you want to do something? Come on, who's in? Let's organize. And we're just over-organizing something. So we chatted to Auntie Wendy, who's one of our friends, but she's like more like a mom.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Vibes.
she's heavily mom
Very
vibes.
old. And she said she will teach us how to cook. So we got her for a cooking class. Me, her.
Yes, she makes the best food.
I'm so excited because her husband is away traveling. And so she's like, I'm not doing anything. Like, well, then you're teaching us.
No,
how to
you're
cook.
not. You are doing something.
We're going to do something. So yeah, very excited. So my first tipsy tip for all my single ladies out there is definitely, if you are single, embrace it. Live your life. Singleness is amazing.
I mean,
Do
preach.
something with your friends. And we were also thinking maybe we should do like a dress up and going out for a cocktail, or there's so many things that you can do. Use it. I remember also while I was at university, something I did every Valentine's Day, and I should do this again. But it's easy if you're at university because you're on, the campus and you're with people the whole time. But I remember one year I baked cupcakes and would just hand it out to anyone I meet on campus. And the other time I bought like red lollipops with little love notes and I would just hand it out to everyone. So Valentine's Day shouldn't be about you and your significant other. It should be about you loving people. That's my opinion.
I mean,
do you know even where Valentine's Day started?
probably some weird tradition. Do you know? Are you asking or are you setting up a question?
I was asking, but then I realized I actually know the answer.
To enlighten us.
Sometimes I process outwardly clearly. So something there's different stories, but it's about Saint Valentine. So it was an actual person in the way back when hours.
Somewhere hundreds.
Yeah. And there was a lady something, and she was blind, or she was just not she was a nice person, obviously. And then they weren't supposed to be in love. And then they decided that in any case, going to go for it. Or there was two other people that fell in love, and then it was forbidden love, like Romeo and Juliet. And then they were thrown into jail, and he broke them out, or something like that. Basically, the story ends with Saint Valentine, who fought for love, and I think he got killed in the end. That's why he became a saint as well. So that is Valentine's Day, how it apparently started. But now, like you mentioned in the beginning, it's just...
It's a money-making thing, man.
Yeah, capitalism. Capitalism? What did you say?
Yeah, capitalism.
That's what it is. It's all about the chocolates and the balloons and the bears.
That's why I'm heavily against gifts on Valentine's Day. Like, if you want to write a note, that's fine. But, like, I think my opinion would just always be, you don't need a day to do something for the people you love. Mm-hmm. You don't need Valentine's Day to come around to buy your wife flowers for the first time. Mm. You don't need Valentine's Day to come to appreciate people. You should be doing that all the time. Now, I'm not saying let's just throw Valentine's away. Like, obviously, I'm even doing stuff for Valentine's Day. I think if the opportunity comes around, do something. Wednesday, I'm working. I've got a job. So it's a Wednesday. So I won't be doing anything on Valentine's Day. But then Saturday, I'm like, hey, let's use this day to do something special. Because...
Something out of the ordinary.
Something out of the ordinary. But this isn't the only time that Yaku's going to buy me flowers. It's not the only time we're going to go out for dinner. It's not... And listen, it shouldn't be a one-sided thing. Because this is one of my biggest pet peeves that I have. Like, I've got a few older friends and then obviously have parents. And I hear a lot of older ladies complain about their husbands not giving them flowers, not doing nice things for them. And... I remember thinking I didn't say anything because it wasn't the time. But I remember thinking one day, like, when's the last time you did something nice for your husband? When's the last time you got him a bottle of wine, or you took him out to eat, or you did, there's a lot of things guys love. Think about what it is and do it. Like, I think I'm not going to say the stuff I do for Yaku because, like, then it's going to give it away because he's sitting right here. Yeah. But
we can't reveal the secrets.
If I know that he likes coffee, or if I know that he likes board games, or if I know that, I know there's things he likes, I'll go out and do something for him because it shouldn't be one-sided. And it becomes one-sided.
Yeah. I truly believe that relationships, or you have to both pursue each other. It's not like I pursue you and you are just like running away from me. Like, we need to, in any relationship, this is now like, I'm talking on my side as a friend to some of my friends. I need to sometimes get out of my comfort zone, give a compliment to a friend, ask them out for coffee. Like, and there's days where they do that for me. Like, we pursue each other in relationship. And it's the same for romantic relationships and for family relationships even. If you would sit back and not pursue another person and expect that other person to constantly pursue you, you would find that you will never have any relationships, no friends, no family members that you're close to, no love life, because it's a two-way street. You need to pursue the people
And I
that
think
you love.
you need to know what the other person's things are. Like, I'm horrible on WhatsApp. I'm horrible with calls. Set up a coffee with me. If I can't, I'm going to try and find you 4 other dates we can go on a coffee.
100%.
Because I'd love to connect with you. But if you're going to text me and ask me how I'm doing, or if you're going to try to call me, I'm not going to answer you. Because it doesn't mean I don't like you. And I'm very often not going to text you unless I want you to go to a coffee with me.
Yeah.
So
we'll discuss whatever we need to discuss at the coffee.
Exactly. So I think very often people also forget, like, they're like, have I stopped texting this person? They're never going to contact me. I'm like, okay, but when's the last time you took interest in their lives and what they like and their love language and their thinking?
True.
Because we expect love in the way we want it and we like it. And we don't want to give it to people in the way they want it or they like it.
So true. It's only narcissists that expect to be handed everything on a golden platter, silver platter rather. No, a golden platter. Because it's more expensive.
Spenny.
So don't be a narcissist.
Be better. I think, like, I was talking to someone the other day and they were just like, oh, no, I have no friends. And no one invites me places. And some of it I can relate to because I've felt that way where I feel like I don't have a group of people, like I don't have a friend group. But I've got a lot of friends who I really love and who really love me, and that's valuable too. It's okay to want a friend group, that's normal.
When you grow up, that's not a reality.
It doesn't happen anymore.
I'm sorry.
It's very, very unlikely, which is fine. But if you're telling me you have no friends, where's the real issue? Like, let's be honest. Like, I think there's different phases of your life. If you have a season where you don't have friends, or maybe you don't have such close friends because you just made new friends, like, that's different. But if you're telling me you're alone all the time and you have no friends, I think the best question to ask yourself is why.
Yeah, that's a good question to ask.
Because you might not be a horrible person, but you might be closing yourself off to friendships.
Yeah. So I know this is supposed to be Valentine's Day, but I feel like that friendship is a form of relationships and love. So another tip from my side, how I do friendships. So firstly, you need to know yourself. And I know I don't have capacity to have 20 close friends. I have capacity to have maybe 5 friends. So I remember so well when I moved this side, I carried around quite often, like with different people, to just get like the feel of what do you feel, what do you believe, what's your hobbies, how can we be friends? And then this might sound a bit weird, but for me as an introvert, this helped. I literally picked my friends. I sat down and I said, okay, who's the 5 people? Like I said, I have capacity for 5. Who's the 5 people that I would like to be my friend? And friends aren't just like, we do fun things together. These are the people that speaks into your life. It's a big choice. We choose our friends. We should be choosing our friends.
It's like that old saying that goes, show me your friends, I'll show you your future.
Exactly. So I decided I'm going to choose my friends. But then I'm not like, okay, they're my friends now. Well, yes, I said that. But also,
you're my friend now.
I pursued them. And it was very awkward in the beginning because sometimes it does in the beginning. It feels one-sided. But there's a moment where it shifts, where they realize, actually, this girl, why is she constantly asking me to go for coffee? Why is she constantly asking me to do things with her? And then there's like, actually, I enjoy spending time with her. Now we're friends. And that's how I have my very close friends now. I can call them, chat to them about anything, anytime, because I've pursued them as my friends. And there was a point where they started pursuing me as their friend as well. And try that. Sit down, pick your friends, because you need to pick your friends, and pick well, because they do influence your life. So Kiara, but I told you this already, you do not have a choice. You are my friend.
I mean, I'm happy about that.
No, thank you.
It's a happy kidnapping, friend napping. Listen, I've got kind of the same advice when it comes to Valentine's Day.
Tell me.
To romantic relationships.
Okay, do you have to pick your...
Because this is my thing. I have some younger friends Now, when it comes to my older friends and they're like, we're still single, I'm like, that's a little different. You know, your life situation is different. Your life is just different. You've lived a life.
Live a full life.
You've lived a full life. And the reasons you're single are different. But if I get to my younger friends
Yeah.
and they tell me that they just can't find a guy, and I get to asking them why, and then it's like, no, because he drinks black coffee, and that's just...
Oh my gosh.
How can you date someone who doesn't put milk in their coffee? And like they have brown eyes and not green eyes, and their hair is not curly. They have like this straight hair, and they cut it way too they're really into sport. And
Stop it.
I'm sorry to say, I'm gonna say this, and it might be controversial. You will never, ever, ever find a significant other if you're completely uncompromising on everything.
100%.
It's important to have a list of like
non-negotiables.
Non-negotiables.
There needs to be non-negotiables.
There needs to be non-negotiables. Like, you got to be on the same spiritual plane.
100%.
Whether you're a Muslim or a Christian or an atheist,
Like, at least
you got to be on the same plane. If you're not, it's going to cause so much friction.
100%.
You got to have the same heart's desires. If you all have different desires, it's not going to work. Like, let's say you love South Africa and the only heart's desire is to stay here. And the person you're interested, only heart desires to get away from South Africa and never ever return.
How's that going to work?
How is that going to work? It's going to constantly be an issue. A big one, children.
Yeah.
If your heart's desires to have children,
Woo.
and that person...
Don't think you're going to change him.
It's never going to...
Don't change the person.
Don't think if you have your
job.
child, they're going to be like, they're going to learn... Listen.
Linda, listen.
I have met people, and it breaks my heart every time, where I've got close people to me where they thought a baby, if they just had a baby, their significant other would be like, okay, cool, yes. Like, that child lacks a lot in their life. Like,
It's
I think
unfair towards
they're
the child.
very fortunate that they have love, which is great. Their parents care for them. But I think they could have such a richer life if both parents
actually
were
wanted them.
keen to have that child. Because you see the difference. They love the child, but they never wanted the child.
100%.
So I think they're fortunate in their situation, but there's always going to be this underlying resentment if there's such a gap in your values.
Yeah.
So non-negotiables,
100%.
yes, stick to those, decide what they are, put them down. Let me tell you right now, an eye color is not a non-negotiable.
No.
I'm sorry.
You can't control that.
It's it's not.
The height of a person.
Stop it.
Build. There are hobbies you can still choose, because obviously if he likes building Legos and you like riding bikes, maybe, you can still compromise there. But
Listen, if it comes to me and Yaku, I love swimming. I love running. I love hiking. He does not like swimming. He does not like running. He does not like hiking. He's willing to give it a go with me. But it's also unfair for me to expect him to climb every mountain with me, swim in every body of water, and run every day. It's not fair.
See, that's why you have me.
That's why I have Sinead. She's
That's
going
why I
to
have
climb
friends.
all the mountains, and she's going to swim in all the bodies of
I
water.
try my best.
So I think for me, I get angry when people talk about their type. Because, listen, you're 21 years old. Your type's going to change tomorrow.
Because they're still growing. The
Boys,
they're babies.
They are still children.
I'm saying, I forget sometimes how young you guys are.
We're very young.
But
I'm
you guys are
22
mature.
now. I'm in the
Feeling
22, which makes me, I got to tell you, I feel older. Like,
Really?
The gap from 21 to 22, like, I feel like I'm an adult. Maybe it's because I have to start paying for a lot more stuff now.
Can I actually tell you, I need to interrupt. You say gap from 21 to 22 is big. Wait until you are turning 25.
Listen, I hear the 25 jump is a big one.
It is huge.
I don't want to think about, I've got 3 years left.
But don't get me wrong, it's a very good huge. It's
Yeah, your life changed.
No, listen. So, biologically, by 25, you are fully developed. Okay? Brain-wise, you are ready to make decisions. Because before that, your brain is not fully developed. Did you know that?
Yeah, well, yeah.
So, by the time I could physically feel, I didn't feel it at 25. I felt it a bit later. Like now, if I look back on my life and I think about all the decisions that I've made before 25, I'm like, Sinead, you don't even think through some of these things. You just, how did you make decisions? And all of a sudden, since 25, I'm like, you've made it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a risk taker and I do some stupid stuff sometimes, but the way that I process information, the way that I make decisions, I can physically feel the difference in my head. I feel just more capable of doing life. So it's a good jump. I can't wait for you to be 25.
I can wait. I like being 22.
I really enjoy it.
I think what I've started
older.
to do is enjoying my body.
Oh,
Which, let me clarify.
Is this that type of podcast where we talk about your body?
So what I mean is I've become very aware of the fact that even though it doesn't feel like it, I'm in the prime of my life right now. The older you get, the more stuff just happens to your body.
Agreed. I'm really struggling. So many things. Okay. See? No, I'm just sick. That's why I'm struggling today.
So it's like I thought about, like, I've got back issues, which like is annoying, but I've had that since a teenager. And I was like, yes, there is so much more I can do, and there's so much more my body can achieve right now as a 22-year-old easier. Like, I've seen 60-year-olds do crazy things.
100%.
But for me as a 22-year-old, it's easier to achieve those things than someone like 30, 40 years, like my senior.
Yeah.
And I need to start taking advantage of that.
I hear you.
Like, so I'm going to get older, but for now, I'm really happy to be my age. Like, I've got to do new grown-up things every day.
Love it.
But for now, I'm just grateful.
Just enjoy your life right now.
Exactly. I can just enjoy. There's a quote. I can't remember who it says, but it says enjoy where you are now. And it's so simple.
So simple.
But anyway,
You were talking about your tip for your younger friends.
the type thing. So here's the big thing.
What is your tip for
Now
them?
listen closely. Listen, Linda, listen.
Linda, listen. Listen, Linda.
My almost husband is by far the most attractive person I have ever laid my eyes upon. Everything about him is incredible. But he is so far removed from my quote-unquote type. My type is like literally the polar opposite of him. And if I had got hung up on my type, I wouldn't be where I am right now. I wouldn't be as happy as I am. And I think even in the early stages of like our friendship, my tipsy tip is become friends with the person you're interested in.
That's good.
Become friends before
And
you ask them.
Be open to change your little list that you
Yes. Get to know that person and get to love the things that are not on your list.
Still.
Because if I think back now from like the first time I met Yaku to now, if I just completely wrote him off and was like, oh, I don't like this dude, I don't want to spend time with him, and I never allowed him the chance to grow, I never allowed myself the chance to grow and mature, and I never allowed us to become friends.
You would
and
still be that very cynical feminist who said
Exactly.
that marriage is for...
It's a social construct
my
and
word.
it's oppression, and
It was really a problem.
I had
One
a lot of-
teenagers actually said it the other day. She's like, I'm not going to say who it is. He's like...
wait, say it, we'll bleep the name. I need to know who it is.
No, but I don't want to tell you who it is.
No, but you have
It's
to
not
tell
about you. It's not about him hearing, the audience hearing. It's about you hearing.
But let me know the name.
It's...
Oh, I knew it
And
was.
he...
It was either.
No, but it's not a youth anymore.
All right,
My
he's a
baby's
grown
all
up.
grown up.
Yaki, you gotta blur both of those names, please.
Fine, now they can hear me. Lucian, you're all grown up, and I'm so proud of you. You're doing so great.
But don't say the other one's name.
No, he did tell me that. He said that you were a very strict feminist, like he was scared of you. But now
That's fine.
look at you now. You're getting married.
At such a young age. Listen, we went to watch Sound of Music the other night.
I'm not going to watch it on Friday.
It's so good.
It's
I really loved
good.
it.
Really?
Because I loved the Sound of Music growing up. I watched it like a billion
I
times.
played Maria in our school play, so it's my inner child.
That's just like,
It's a dream come true for
that's
her.
gotta be the best.
Little baby Sune, your dreams coming true. You just should have met me on the stage
Yeah.
next time.
In another life.
In
But
another
anyway, we went to watch it, and that song, that's the you are 16 going on 17, man, the whole part where it's like you need someone to take care of you, and then she's like, oh yes, I need someone to take care of me. Like, I was rolling my eyes throughout the whole entire song. Like, you don't need someone to take care of you, take care of yourself.
Oh.
And I remember walking out and telling Yakuno that song's like the opposite of me. And he's like, not the complete opposite. And I was like, what do you mean? I got defensive. And he was like, no, there's still a lot of similarities in the way that you think. And like, he made points, but like, I'm not going to get into that. But I think I still hold strong to some views. But if I didn't allow myself to grow and allow Yak to grow in a safe space like friendship, we wouldn't have a really dope relationship. Like, on it, I think every person thinks this. But if I look at our relationship, I'm happy about it. I'm like, oh,
It's good.
that's so cool. And I think like all phases of my life, maybe not 16-year-old me, because she had a very specific type and she was hung up on that. But they would all be like, oh, you got such a cool relationship. And I think that's my tip, is just be friends with someone and allow yourself and that person to grow. And it's easy for me to say because I have a relationship. But this is the hill that I will die on. You don't need a romantic relationship with someone to be fulfilled. Ever.
Thank you, Kiara. Thank you for saying that.
You're welcome.
And so for all the people out there who's pushing me to get married, back off. I don't
Leave
need a
Leave
romantic
unmarried
relationship.
people alone.
Thank
It's
you.
not the end all be all of your life.
Leave Britney alone. If you don't know the
Literally,
reference, then shame. Why are you even on this
get on the
podcast?
internet. So chronically online. But I think that's my tip. Is just you can be friends with someone and it doesn't have to be romantic. And if you're interested in that person and it doesn't pan out, you still get to be friends.
Yeah, and you can still live your best fulfilled life, because marriage isn't the be all and end all. I can't
got
say
there.
of life.
It's
man.
not. It's really not. And I can say that because I'm still unmarried.
And I can say that because I'm living my best life and I'm not married.
And I'm going to say it while I'm married, even though I'm going to have the coolest marriage in the world.
Amen.
Okay?
Thank you.
That's my tipsy tip.
I have just on your tipsy tip about
My tip.
younger ladies that are too cynical. I also just went for the older ladies, and that's something that I've seen, and I'm a bit afraid for that. You get impatient, and then you compromise on the uncompromisable
On the non-negotiables.
things. Yeah. So, just like we just said, getting married. Me and one friend, Anna, we spoke about it today, because for those who don't know it, I'm changing my surname. And for people, it's a very weird thing. They're like, but you're not getting married. I'm like, yeah, I'm just changing my surname for professional reasons, just because of the direction my professional life is going. And I don't want to be treurnig anymore. And so I told them I have a 50% chance that I'm getting married and a 50% chance that I'm not getting married. And that's fine with it. And Anna also said today, people get confused because never in the Bible, ever, it says that God promised you a spouse. Never. Where in the Bible? Please. So you can't even tell me, I break that off in the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus, can you just please back off?
In the name of Jesus, who was unmarried, you want to
Amen.
break it off in that name? Cool, do
Tell
that.
them. So please back off. If I'm 100%, if I'm 50%, it sounds so weird. I'm 50% really preparing my life as a single woman. And I'm 50% really preparing myself for marriage. So that's why I go speed dating. But I can't sit around and wait. I'm living my fullest life. So for all my unmarried, older ladies out there, live your life. Make
And it
plans.
doesn't end
Do
when you're
things.
25 and you didn't get married.
No. And if you never get married, you're...
How
if
lucky
you're
are
sad
you?
about that,
That's
what did
cool.
you do for Jesus? Like, you're supposed to live to glorify Jesus. And if you do that as an unmarried woman, great. But if you get to the end of your life and you're sad and you did not do anything because you were waiting for your spouse, I'm so sorry, but Jesus will not be happy with you. Please live your life. Any case.
Listen, this is a rant I can go on for hours.
Yeah.
And it's something I started to make peace with because I used to get in my crazy, very feminist old self. when people are like, oh, I want to get married and have children. I'm like, and
then
and then
you die.
and then what? Because you're gonna get married, and then you're gonna have children, and then your children are gonna grow up after 18. I mean, some people are still 25 living at home, but you know, do you think?
Hashtag millennial.
Like, then they're like at max 25. Then what? What do you do for like the other 25 years of your life?
And with your spouse, like, what are you doing?
What happens then after you were a parent? After you've been a spouse forever? What's next? You know, I think it's still something I stand on to a certain extent. Like, I still believe, like, you got to expand your horizons a little bit, baby shoes. Like, I'm not saying you're not allowed to have that dream. I'm not saying don't pursue that dream. If that's what you want, go ahead. But know that that doesn't have to be the end of your horizon. You can further it. Whatever that looks like for you. Maybe like my mom, she quit her job when we were born to take care of us. And then when we were old enough, she started doing a bunch of crazy cool things. And she's still doing awesome things. Like, she also climbed Kilimanjaro and Everest and did all these amazing things.
I do that as well? Where's this guy? Can you just message me now?
Let's go climb Everest together.
I am in. You asked me, I'm there. But obviously it wasn't good enough for him. But it's fine.
You're good enough always.
I know. Any case.
He's not good enough for you. That's why.
Amen.
But I think that's the thing. Like, you don't have to stop there.
No.
Like, that's a cool dream to have, but you don't have to cap yourself. Like, you're allowed to do more. And I think that's the thing. If you're below the age of like 23, no, let's make it bigger. If you're below the age of 27 and you're still referring to yourself as someone in their waiting season and someone who needs to be patient, you are still a child.
That will also be a whole podcast.
That could be an entire... You literally, like... You had a relationship 2 years ago. I promise you're not in your waiting season and you're growing. You're just living life as a 20-something-year-old. And that's fine too. You don't have to define your life by your singleness. You don't have to define your life by your relationship or your marriage or your children or your job.
Nope.
Your life is way wider than your singleness. Your life is way wider than your relationship. And your life is way wider than what you're doing. So much wider. So that's my third tipsy tip. Expand your horizons.
Amen.
And listen, this is controversial, but I'm going to say it. I feel like I'm the controversial one on here. So I'm going to say my controversial thought. Maybe that should be a segment. Kiara's controversial thought.
Not Sine, but specifically. Kiara's controversial thought.
It rhymes too, kind of. It's got C's in it.
It's a new segment, so for those who's joining us now, congratulations.
You're at the birthplace of a new segment, which is Kiara's controversial thought. If you are below the age of 23, I'm making it low, you shouldn't be desiring a relationship.
Oh!
You should be desiring a life. That means...
But actually, now I'm going to... Sune's controversial thoughts.
Controversy.
If you're below the age of 100, you should not be pursuing... The only thing that you're pursuing, a relationship.
It's fine to want it. That's cool. I get it.
Yeah.
Listen, I didn't necessarily get it before. I wasn't someone who watched the love story and felt like, oh, I want that. Like, it wasn't something that happened for me. Now, every time I see a love story, I miss Yaku. Like, that's just the thing.
Well, that's different. Because you found it.
I found it.
But it wasn't the thing that you were looking for the whole time.
It was never something that I looked for, so it's not something I can relate to. But I was a happier person, honestly, because I wasn't constantly thinking, oh, I'm so alone and I'm so single. And like, oh, I love Instagram's new feature where you can see who liked the posts. Like, you can see, especially under the post, it'll come up and say like this, like Sune liked this post. Love that feature.
Like, how dare you?
Then I see a post that's like when all your friends are getting married and having kids and you're still single.
And then it's like an 18-year-old.
Then it's like an 18, 19, 20-year-old. I'm like, friend.
Back off, bro.
Breathe. Okay, I'm very young. I'm getting married young. It's a different situation. Don't include me in your equation. And if your friends have had kids, one, scary because you're a child.
Yo, like,
or get some younger friends.
Yeah.
If all your friends are getting children, find some younger friends.
Amen.
Find some people in your space.
Amen.
Or find older friends that are in your space, like Sune.
Yeah.
You're older than me, but you don't have children.
I
Thank
don't
you.
have children.
Thank you for
I
not
do
having
have
children. Yeah, but not your biological
No,
children.
no.
They go home,
Yeah, they go.
which means you can be here at like 9
Amen.
o'clock
Amen.
on a Friday night.
It's Friday night. It's a Friday night.
Friday
and the
night
feeling's
fever.
right. Anyway, guys, my last tipsy tip, and this we will end off. Firstly, I just want to say I've been single for 7 years now.
Vibes.
It's not even long. But in any case, my final tipsy tip, and this is I want to challenge all of you on Valentine's Day, single or in a relationship, will you go spread the love with anyone? Like I said, I think I'm going to do this again. And it's so nice because I work at a high school, and those poor kiddos, I love them so much, but they have so much drama in their lives. But I think I'm going to buy a bunch of lollipops and write like little cute love notes on it and just hand it out. And just, that was something that I enjoyed being on university, because there were people handing out roses. And then when you get a rose, you're like, oh my God,
It's so special.
and it really makes people's day. So let's go and spread the love on Valentine's Day to your loved ones. But I want to actually push you a little bit further. Can you go spread the love to a stranger and go love a stranger in a non-weird way? Give them a lollipop or a cupcake
Or a word of encouragement.
Words of encouragement are the best.
Sometimes it's awkward, but I don't think there's anyone who you can compliment that'll make their day worse.
Exactly.
Unless it's a backhanded one. Don't do that. That's stupid. But if I go up to Sune and I'm like, wow, that dress looks incredible on you.
Stop it.
She's going to walk away and feel good.
Yeah. So let's
Spread
do that.
love. My tipsy tip that hangs on to yours, because it's very related, is use this day to appreciate the people that are close to you.
That's so good.
Take advantage of it. Now, I know I said Valentine's Day should be the only day that you give each other things. Me and Yaku are not going to give each other things. We're going to give each other love. We're going to spend time together. We're going to go do something nice. We're putting a whole day aside because we get to. We can make an extra day and we have the ability to do that. But if you don't have a husband or a wife or a significant other, boyfriend, whatever, find your friends. Find other people in the same space. Get your siblings together and tell your parents go on a date and do something cool with your siblings or a family member. You know, take advantage of a day to love people.
Let's do that.
That's my
So
suggestion.
yeah, enjoy Valentine's Day, everyone.
And
love you.
spread the love.
Yeah.
We love you.
We love you.
Bye.